The last video that I was, where was I? Oh, the last video that I shared with you guys, I was talking about my very first encounter with meditation. And, excuse me. I was talking about my very first meditation. And I remember it like it was yesterday. That was the very first time that everything was as clear as it could ever be, but not as clear as it could ever be. It was as clear as everything ever was to me at the time, because at that time I was struggling with a lot of things that I had to deal with. My schizophrenia. I was struggling with my depression. My all of my disorders that I have. My bipolar disorder. I was struggling with not knowing where me and my family were gonna go. And the older that I got, the older that I real I mean the older that I realized, the more that I realized that while meditation is the key, it's not just meditation that you have to that you have to learn to be able to be who you want to be. It's also just being in tune with who you are spiritually. See, like I said, I started drawing again, and I started writing music. I started writing raps, and I started freestyling again. That's one thing that I used to love to do back in the day. I used to love to freestyle. I would freestyle with the homies for hours and smoke weed and drink and all that stuff, but I realized that that's one of my passions. I love to freestyle. And I think the reason I love to freestyle so much is because of my schizophrenia. My mind is always racing. So when I freestyle, it's like I can just get everything out there, and it doesn't really matter what it is or how I say it. It makes me feel good because sorry, one of my friends just messaged me right now, and I was half reading it and half not. But it makes me feel good to be able to do something like that because it helps me heal. It helps me heal in a way that I could not ask anybody to heal me. I couldn't go to a therapist and be like, yeah, can you heal me through freestyling? Like, if I were to freestyle for you, could you explain to me why I said the things I said, or could you explain to me why I thought the things I thought? No. See, that's up to me. When I'm freestyling, I have to explain those things to myself. I'll go back and I'll listen to them, and I'll realize that it's okay to think the things that I think, because not only are my thoughts not me, but once I think them, they're gone. See, I heard this video once that explained the true nature of thoughts. And it said that the true nature of thoughts are not just like, oh, you think something and it goes away. Thoughts are living entities, thoughts are alive. When you have a thought, you generally your brain creates a thought and you think that that's it. you know you think that's it. You think, oh, I want this thought to go away, or oh, this thought, this isn't me, this isn't how I usually think, like I'm a nice person, or whatever it is you think. But then when you stop generalizing your thoughts and you just let them come to you and you meditate on them and realize that your thoughts are not you, you start to see that not only are they not you, but they are not They are not just thoughts. They have their own energy. They have their own auras. They have when you think a thought, your thought doesn't just stay inside your brain. Your thought, the waves from your brain waves and your thoughts, they seep out into the world. They just you know, they they travel, which is why people like me, being as though I'm an empath, it's really easy for me to read people's thoughts because people believe that your thoughts just stay inside your head. I'm here to tell you that they don't. When you have a thought, especially a strong thought, like all of the thoughts, for instance, all of the thoughts that we have all been collectively having about this pandemic recently, I've been feeling a lot of negative energy around the world and paranoia around the world, and a lot of I've been feeling a lot of sadness and a lot of worry and a lot of concern for not only the population as a whole, but for excuse me, but also for um, us as individuals. We're all worrying about what's going to happen. And that's the thing about it right there. If we worry about our thoughts, they control us. If we worry about what's going to happen in the world, that controls us. And we can't go our whole lives thinking and worrying and wondering. We just have to live our lives. See, that's the problem with living in the moment. We have thoughts that take us out of the moment. And when we think about certain things that we believe or whatever, those thoughts create an energy field around us, and they make us believe them more, if you will. Like the more you dwell on a thought, the more you believe it. The more you think that that thought is you, because it feels like you. When you have a thought, it feels like you. You have the thought most of the time has the same energy of your aura or your body because that's where it came from. But when you see that it is not you, it is not your general way of being, and you just sit back and observe your thoughts, you start to realize that those very same thoughts are what is going to save you. All you have to do is change. I know it sounds hard, but all you have to do is change your way of thinking. It's really easy to change your way of thinking once you get to. Excuse me, sorry. I literally just woke up, like I said. Once you get to just observe your thoughts and realize that your thoughts are not you, you start to see what they truly are. They could be a reflection of you, or they could be a reflection of the way that your brain works, but that doesn't mean that they're you. See, we are all spiritual beings on a human being experience. That is what we are. I've been saying that since I was in high school, and I don't really remember how it came about, but I do remember that when I started saying that, my whole life changed. Everything about my life changed. I remember waking up some days and feeling like I don't really want to be here anymore, and then I realized, wait a second, that's not me thinking. That can't be me thinking because I love it here. I love it here on this earth, and I love being able to spread the positivity and the knowledge that I do. I love being able to wake up people around me, and I love being able to explore different different thoughts, different ways of being, different energies, if you will. See, because I'm really all about energy. And one thing that I've noticed, well, another thing I should say, another thing that I've noticed, because I've already said one thing I've noticed 3 times, so it's really like the fourth thing I've noticed, is that when we all collectively think about something, it creates an energy about it. Like, for instance, again, this COVID thing, it creates an energy about itself. And then the people that believe things, that are putting the energy out there, that believe certain things about COVID, they're making those things become reality because they believe it wholeheartedly. And they believe that no matter what they do, they cannot change it. Little do they know that they already did change it because of the fact that they're the ones who created it. They're the ones who put so much belief in that belief system that it manifested itself into reality. That can happen. I've seen it happen. I am a product of that happening. My mom wanted children, and it took her almost losing me when I was born to realize that she had to change her ways of partying and going out with her friends and all that. I'm not talking shit about my mom. I'm just saying this is the reality of it. Anyways, once you change your reality, once you change your thoughts, you change everything about your way of living. And that's the true key to living, is living in the moment. My phone is running out of space, so I will leave you with this. It is what it is. It couldn't be what